Hello guys, my name is Vishal. In this video, we will have a look on these options in envelope distort menu. So let's start with make with warp. So for that I need to create some shapes. So I'm using this shape tool and I'm just applying some creating some shapes like star and a polygon, and I'm just changing the colors. So I've got these two objects here. I'm going to select both of them and I'm going to apply this tool called make with warp. You can use alt control shift W, alt shift control W. Okay, so that's a shortcut here. So I'm using that, and you should able to see here this is a very popular distortion set of tools. Even you could see this in Photoshop also. So you can pick any one from here. Make sure that you enable this preview to get that real-time input of this distortion what you are getting here. Okay, so once you have achieved your distortion, suitable distortion, or you can still edit the values here. Okay, completely change the values the way it's looking. Once that is done, you can apply OK, and the shape is completely distorted here for you. Once that is done here, you can also take specific control, like by selecting the direct selection tool, select that points and then move it. Okay, like that. So you got a great level of control over what you are doing here. Okay, even after you have applied the distortion, it is generally can be used on product mockups where you want to apply the labels onto a bottle and that, and you want certain type of distortion on it, then definitely it's a good tool for using. I can go to the object and then in envelope distort we have this option called release. When we use that, you can exit that distortion you have applied for it. Okay, so if you generally applied any distortion, let me try using a gradient here. Okay, I've got these two objects here with gradients on top of it. I'm going to select that and then apply the mesh warp. Okay, and then apply whatever the distortion you wanted on top of it. I'll just choose the wave to see the better results on what I'm trying to get. Now I just go to this envelope options. Okay, the top object, when I was releasing, you got a gray object, right? That was like became transparent, and what is the way you want to make that as transparent, you can tell. You can make them completely transparent, or you can use clipping mask technique there. Okay, and then we have this distort appearance here. Okay, so as you could see, the shape completely took the turn here, and the gradient is also taking the turn along with that. And when I switch it off, you could see that distort appearance is not affecting it. It's making it look too flat. And you have this gradient linear distort the linear gradient feature also, so that is also affecting the same thing here. Okay, I just go back. I just choose this release option again, and you should see our shape is opaque now. I'm selecting one of this object here and then applying a texture. Okay, a pattern. I'll try to do that for the both objects. Once that is done, I'll go back and then apply mesh warp, and then you should able to see the turn over the pattern here. Let me see the options. So the distortion is applied onto the pattern here. You want to apply it, you need to just enable it for better result. Okay, that's how this blend options do work. And let's say you want to completely convert into the shape, you can go there and then say expand. Okay, then the object is now completely distorted like that, and all the paths are also opened up with the expand tool here. Okay, let us try the envelope tool on the text here. So for that I'm just typing the text here, and I'll be using simple gradient there. So gradient is not working. As I told you, to make it work, first I need to select that, disable the color, and then apply it. Just a minute, then apply it. Okay, so you can generally scale it, place the effect as required, like that. Okay, so I've got this text here. Okay, once I got the text, I can go to the object, envelope, and then apply make with warp. Then you should be able to see the text is completely distorted. You can just explore the values and try to give that nice third dimension to the text here. I can go to this option here called edit contents, and then you can select the text tool and start changing the text there. I should be able to see the text is now edited as per the I mean, you can change the text style, font, etc. once you have created it. So that's how the edit content works basically. And once you have done, you can just always say expand. It will convert them into the paths, and then you can edit if further you wanted them to be edited, like that. Let's say I just type a different text here. Now I'm going to select this envelope here, which is make with mesh. So what that will do is it will create me a generally in 3D softwares it's called lattice, here it's called mesh. So I'm just I'm applying that mesh to be controlled, but it's not visible for you. If you enable the preview, you can able to see 1, 2, 3 sections in row, 3 in the columns, 3 in the columns and 3 in the rows. So I can start increasing this number or decrease the number as per the requirement you have. Once you have got the suitable number of points, okay, what you can do is you can select your direct selection tool and then modify it to your requirements. It is basically used, let's say when you want to fit things in certain shapes, then it should be a greater help for you, like that. Okay, so you can distort into any of the shapes you wanted, like that, and say all other features work very similarly. Just you need to expand to convert into a shape, and then it becomes a text. Okay, that's nice. Now sometimes you want to fit that into a particular shape, then in that case what you need to do is you need to create the shape. Okay, I'm taking the ellipse, or maybe I can take a polygon in this case. Okay, I'm holding the shift and then I wanted it to be like that, and I'll just create a text here. Okay, maybe I can try different fonts here and then change the color of the font. Okay, so I got this. Make sure that this text is in the back, so I'm going to send it to the back. Select that text and the shape, go to object, envelope, and make with top object, and then you should be able to see the text is fitting into that. Okay, you might have been seeing certain effects. Try to do some effect. I'm just selecting this ellipse tool and I'm just drawing that ellipse here. Okay, and then search for this tool called knife. Select that and then just cut it over like that. Then you could see that is now separated like that. So I've got these three shapes. I can select the fill to none and then put a stroke for better convenience. Okay, so you got that all these three strokes. Now you can generally type the name, okay, like that. So select all of them and then send it to back. Okay, now select the text and the shape here. Go to object, envelope, make with the shape. Okay, what was that? Make with the top object. Like that. If you should able to see, I've placed the text in a spherical shape, which is pretty simple. You can also select all of them. Okay, change the color. First let me expand it. Go to object, expand it. Once that is done, I can change the color. Okay, then duplicate it and then scale it. Okay, so I can make all of this. Okay, let me put this aside as a compound object, and this one also make a compound object. I select this object and then change this color to orange. I just take nice fluorescent color. Let's move this object to the back. Select these two objects and then use the tool called blend here. Okay, once that blend is applied, okay, select the direct selection tool and then move it. Then you should get that nice third dimension here on the object, and maybe you can create nice backgrounds there and get much more best results here. Okay, that's how you can use these tools.